Hello, beautiful ones. How is my name? And I'm grateful to be here. And I'm here today with this topic how to lose yourself in a relationship or in relationships. Because at times it's something that doesn't just happen once, it happens over and over again. And we swear to ourselves that I will never let that do again. Or somehow we are in fear that we do not allow ourselves to love again because we are afraid that the same thing that happened previously will happen again. Have you been in that kind of situation, or are you in that kind of situation? Have you lost yourself in a relationship or relationships, or you are afraid? And if you are, what are you afraid of? And with these questions, what I would love you to do is to sit here with your heart. Just sit with your heart and feel, because I'm coming here to share with you from my heart to your heart. And I want you to take this conversation as if you are talking to a friend, opening your heart to a friend. Are you with me on that one? And I want you to share your experiences with me as I'm sharing my experiences with you. And if you are on, I'm good to go. And as I said, we're sharing like we are just sitting together talking. Don't be surprised when some tears are falling either on me or on you because we are talking one on one. Let's just assume it's you and me. And I'm also taking it that it's me and you. And I'm going to open my heart and share my heart with you. I've lost myself in relationships. And while I'm talking about relationships, is that there is those romantic ones that comes after the first love, the first relationships that where we totally lose ourselves. And those are the relationships with the people that we don't know anything and we lose ourselves completely in them. We trust that they have our back and all that. And those relationships are first with our parents or our caretakers. This is where we first learn to lose ourselves. And you might be saying that I'm afraid of losing myself in a relationship because I might get hurt. But you've done it because by then you had no choice. You were only these are the first people that when you open your eyes, the first people that you saw, you didn't know what to make out of it. But those colors that you made as a little girl or boy, that's what you made an impression of these people, and this is what you grew accustomed to, whatever that was given to you. And sometimes you don't get really what our heart is craving for. We don't get that. We are given whatever that we are given, and we learn how to go around with that. And at times it's not enough. At times there is nothing at all, and we grow with this pain, even expecting that to happen. And then there is this relationships where now it's romantic. It even gets more complicated if you didn't build the foundation in that. You know how it is when you don't have a solid foundation. It gets rocky everywhere because you don't trust anyone. You've got these beliefs in you that I might get hurt. You are expecting it. And then you go out there, you experience that kind of thing. And I for one, I'm one person who has I've experienced that in many relationships, and without even being aware of it, I didn't realize that it's something that I go around expecting. For me, it was just like, okay, fine, I'm gonna meet some love, I'm gonna meet someone who love me, or I deserve to be loved. All these things that we are telling ourselves. I didn't know that I have this vibration in me that I am spreading out there. That hello, I'm looking for someone to betray me. I'm looking for someone to disappoint me. I know no one is gonna love me the way I would love to be loved. I didn't know that's what I was saying loudly, despite what my words were really saying. But my energy was loudly saying that. And I created that. I've been disappointed many times. I've been hurt many times. And the last relationship that I was in was the relationship where I've never been in that kind of relationship where I completely forgot the independent part of me. I just wanted to be loved. The desire of that little girl in me who lost her father when she was 14, the desire of wanting to be accepted by her mother was so much that when I found someone who was saying, I am here, I am your rescue, I dropped everything. The little girl in me dropped everything and say I was waiting for someone to rescue me. And I completely forgot about being independent. I forgot the aspect of me that is a hustler. I forgot about the strengths that I had. I just forgot everything. And I sat in that, just like a little baby who just wants to be loved. And I sat in that, only to wake up after 5, almost 6 years and realize that it's painful. You know, it's just like a little child when you let the little child sleep on one side and they don't know how to turn and they just sleep there, even though it's painful, but they don't know how to turn themselves around. I forgot myself like a little girl and I had to crawl out of that. It was painful. I didn't know where to start, especially that I've abandoned or sort of threw away everything that I had or that I was. And what I found in me, because I was doing some work when I was going through all this, I realized that I have to really find myself. Who am I really and what do I really want? At times we forget, and it's not like we don't know who we are. We have forgotten who we are because the desire or the pain or the wound that has been driving us has now like been in the forefront. It was controlling because we have not healed something that somehow we grew up with, the beliefs that we grew up having. We have not healed that part of us, so we let it drive. There is a satisfaction, there is a fulfillment that comes with that. Because as much as I lost myself, as much as it was painful, there was a side of me that was just happy that at least for 5 years, I learned how it feels like. I learned how it feels like to truly lose yourself in someone. There is a nice part about it. But it's not something that you can rely on forever. It's not a secure attachment. It's an attachment that whenever someone decides that I'm gonna drop you, then you're gonna be lost forever if you do not know how to find yourself. It's a moment that can create you or break you, depending on how you're gonna view it. You can look at it and say that this person is bad and go back into the victim and throw the tantrums because that little girl still wants to hold into that, still wants to enjoy more of that what this little girl or little boy was craving for a long time. So you can point a finger at someone and blame someone, or you can pick up the pieces and say, where am I? Where can I start? I've had a taste of both, not being totally appreciated or being betrayed. Because as much as we don't talk about it, death at times feels like a betrayal because we don't prepare for it. It's something that happens. And when someone just leaves us like that, for a little girl, it's like they left me, they rejected me, they betrayed me. And if you don't heal this part is gonna go around looking for this betrayal in romantic relationships. And this is what I just wanted to share my heart with you and say, how do you feel when you when you touch it with the intuition? How do you feel? Have you ever experienced that, or are you in there? Do you feel that you've got other parts of you that still needs to be looked at? Are you ignoring another part of you? Are you letting the adult part of you being led by this wounded part of you? Because it's just an aspect of you that needs something that it has never received. And it's not like you have forgotten who you are, even when you got hurt. It's not like you didn't know where you were, but the craving was too much. There was that craving for love. Because it's just the same. At times we crave something which is good like love. At times it can be something bad like drugs, but it doesn't mean that it's something really bad for you to be ashamed of. It's an aspect of you that needs you to love it. And at times we don't even know how because we've never been taught. And this is what I just wanted to share with you and ask you these questions. And if you feel this really relate with you and there is something that's like, oh, that's just my life, subscribe below and join other platforms, and let's continue to have this conversation. I can see there's someone there. Thank you for being with me. I love you guys. And this is just the beginning of this heart to heart sharing. Take a breath and know that you are loved. And the person that you can love and fall in love with and never lose yourself in is the person that you are looking at in the mirror. When you look at in the mirror, the person that you see, that's the person that you can trust with yourself. So to lose yourself is to find the aspects of you that are wounded and fall in love with that. And then other aspects of falling in love romantically, whether it's even in family, it will happen without you even trying, with less effort, because you are not attaching in that unsafe mode. You just know that I'm enough and I can give myself that which I need.